Hello, my name is Rashard Jackson, and today I will be talking with you briefly about bargaining for a win win. The type of bargaining that I'll be discussing with you will be collective bargaining or contract negotiating. These are two terms that are commonly used when describing the relationship between labor unions and management. Within the relationship dynamic between labor unions and management, there are two types of unions: public sector unions and private sector unions. The one that I'm most familiar with are public sector unions. And within that, there are two types of contracts to be negotiated: new contract agreements and also renewed contract agreements. From experience, I can tell you that the most difficult ones to bargain have always been new agreements. This is because all of the ideas and all of the concerns that both parties have are placed on the table and sorted through, and hopefully from that, they come to terms with something that they can agree with and live by. While negotiating, it's important to remember that this is a conversation, it's a discussion. Your responsibility as a negotiator is to listen first. Pay close attention to those opportunities to build relationships. There's always something to be learned by listening to the other side. When it is your time to speak, speak clearly and state your position, but there's no reason to yell. There's a book I often like to quote called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. In it, it states, be impeccable with your words. By being impeccable with your words, it means to speak without sin, speak in a way that actually produces instead of destroys. Emotions can often run high in negotiations, but this is not your opportunity to say exactly how you feel or to call out the other side on their inconsistencies. Try to establish or revisit common grounds when communication breaks down. One strategy that I've picked up on over years of negotiating is to ask lots of questions. These questions help to guide and help you better understand the position of the person on the other side of the table. They also help you to identify those sensitive areas, the areas that may seem a little difficult to work through in the beginning, but as you learn more and more and engage in dialogue and some of those emotions come down, you can find some compromises, possibly. Keep in mind, you don't have to win everything. Contract negotiations is give and take. The person on the other side, they understand this as well. And the more you understand this, the much smoother these contract negotiations will go. True compromise, I'm told, will never make either side happy, but it is something that they can live with. And at some point, we all have to compromise. Courtesy and respect can go a long way to solving disputes. Yes, this applies even in those times when you approach those challenges during negotiations where it feels as though nothing is getting accomplished. Pace yourself, keep your eye on the goal, and trust me, those creative juices will flow. I am Rashard Jackson. Thank you for your time, and this has been Bargaining for a Win Win.